Hey, good morning. Meet Tina here. Today is September 25th, and is October 5th would be a full year of my COVID pneumonia experience, or since my hospitalization of my COVID pneumonia. I was admitted in the hospital on October 5th and stayed there for almost 3 weeks, about 2.5 weeks. But anyway, this video I just created just to answer Luis Martinez. You have actually sent me a lot of messages asking me about infiltrates and how long it took for me to keep my oxygen up above 92 or 95, as well as how long the infiltrate has stayed in my lungs and what I did in order to recover. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to answer as much as I can. I know I tried to answer that, but I don't know if I was clear with my answer. So I'm just going to trying to remember the timeline, and but I can share everything I did. And this also goes out to those who have infiltrates and have low oxygen saturation. So I remember when I got out of the hospital, my oxygen saturation was quite low. It was below 95. And I had a lot of infiltrates, which also for me it's inflammation. And I remember what has helped me a lot was walking, especially like in the morning, because the morning has a fresh air and I feel like it helps me to breathe. And I had a hard time breathing, deep breathing. I have to do very slow, shallow breath. Breathing is very difficult, and I could not take that many steps. But every day I would go like several times for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and I try to increase my walk. A second thing I did was sleep, or I'm trying to lay, because I wasn't able to do anything but laying in bed. So I would lay in prone position, which is on the stomach, because the lungs is in the back. And when we have the COVID infiltrates or COVID pneumonia, it's affecting the lower lungs mainly. And by doing so, I try to lay on my bed face down on the stomach or prone position as long as I can, like a good at least 15 hours a day. And I've been doing that every day. And I put oximeter right next to me, pulse oximeter, which measure my oxygen saturation. And every time when I lay face down, in conjunction with my walking, my oxygen will stay above 95, 96, and sometimes it go up to 98. I mean, every week it will go up more and more and more with this process. So those two has been a huge part. And another thing is I got the spirometer from a doctor from the hospital, so I try to do that just every week, just to see, every day actually, just to see how much I have progressed by using spirometer. It will tell me how much oxygen I can push through. I remember when I was in the hospital, or when I came out of the hospital, I wasn't able to do it above 200. So imagine how bad my lung was. The next thing I did, which I wish I would have known sooner, but I did anyway, past few months, and which helped me a lot, is that this is for those who live in the United States. If you have Groupon, go to Groupon and go to this place. It's called Advanced Food Intolerance Lab. They have this report that they test your hair strand or your DNA. You just send them 10 hair strand, and it tests the food toxic, or you're allergic to the food. It tests your vitamin and minerals deficiency, your gut biome, your there's other things, your minerals, which is very important, because I found out that I was deficient in vitamin B5, B6, vitamin K, and biotin. This is why I had got hair loss and my skin extremely dry. And vitamin, no, and also CoQ10. And I think there was something else too that I was deficient, which is a lot. So I bought those supplements, and it does make sense when I actually did a research on each minerals and vitamins and what it did and what would happen to me if it's deficient. And one of them is, let's say, B5, has to do with antibodies, and that would make sense because, with the COVID and all the steroids and antibiotics that, I took, it diminished my antibodies. And So that makes a lot of sense, and since I've been taking that, I feel a lot better. And another thing that I did that I would like highly recommend, because you know, when we have all this body trying to fight this virus and also recover from all these antibiotics and steroid, one of the things that most of us have is like high sugar in the body, or a lot of stuff that shouldn't be in the body, inflammation. So the result from this recovery from antibiotics and steroid was that I have a lot of inflammation in my stomach, so I got a lot of stomach issue. And what I did was fasting, and I cut all the sugars, all the processed food, just mainly greens, the green veggies, and different type of protein. And I eat as little as possible because it gives your stomach a little break from all these chemicals and toxins that run through my body. And I'm telling you, I felt so much better, and the gas problem or an inflammation problem has actually disappeared within, I would say, about a month. So this would be another step that I would highly recommend to those who have this problem, because the COVID, pneumonia, if you have it that bad like I did, because I almost was intubated, it ruins everything, your nervous system, your brain, your stomach, and you know, it takes a long time to recover. Now, I want to answer Louis' question, how long. I remember that it took about 3 months, you know, 3 or 4 months, but it's gradual. So I would recommend those who have infiltrates. If you have infiltrate, you're gonna have a problem breathing or take a deep breath. You should get an x-ray done every month just to see how much you have progress, and that's what I did. A doctor would tell you, oh, you know, wait until 6 months to do it. That's what they're recommending in a standard health care. But no, you can insist on getting an x-ray done every month. Every 3 weeks you can do that. That's what I did. Or if not, just go into ER. So when you do that every month, you can tell that how much you have improved. And you can tell too by how much deeper you can breathe. Okay, so I hope I answered this question, and I hope that some of you may benefit from this. All right, and I'm going to do another one in next week or two. Just, you know, just kind of go over my symptom and what symptom has gone, what symptoms still stay. And so I just want to tell everyone to just be thankful that we're alive, survive. Doesn't matter what type of COVID you got, how bad you went through. It may take longer, it might take about a year. and I mean, I'm not as strong as before, but I'm hopeful. I stay positive, and I'm pushing it, you know, and that's very important. Walking, you know, face down on a stomach, laying down when you sleep, and you need to keep doing that. Don't give up. And it wasn't easy. It was very, very difficult for me to do during the first 6 months. All right, so anyway, you guys, thank you for listening. Have a wonderful time. I'm gonna go back in my hiking again, and today's my birthday, so bye guys. Thank you for listening.